Hello friends, and welcome to our first Read and Create early literacy class. We are going to share a couple of stories, a song, and a rhyme with you today, as well as a great activity. Now, if you signed up, you'll receive a kit for you to complete this activity, or if not, we have our instructions online at www.scottlib.org, and we invite you to find the instructions there. Our theme this week is the Northern Lights, and our early literacy practice is writing. Writing involves using our hands, and it's another way to learn the letters. Some of the first letters that we can learn are the letters in our names. With babies, we can start with the letters that our names begin with, and as we grow older, we can learn how to spell our names. Our rhyme of the week comes from a suggestion from my daughter, who wanted to share it with all of you. It is The Chubby Little Snowman. It doesn't necessarily tie into the Northern Lights, but it is a great winter one, so we'll do it 2 times. There was a chubby snowman. He had a carrot nose. Along came a little bunny, and what do you suppose? The hungry little bunny was looking for his lunch. He grabbed the snowman's carrot nose. Nibble, nibble, crunch. Should we do it one more time? There was a chubby snowman. He had a carrot nose. Along came a little bunny, and what do you suppose? The hungry little bunny was looking for his lunch. He grabbed the snowman's carrot nose. Nibble, nibble, crunch. Before we read our story this week, I thought I'd share another book that explains what the Northern Lights are. This is Northern Lights, written by Martha E.H. Rustad and read with permission from Capstone Press. What are Northern Lights? Green and purple waves dance across the night sky. The Northern Lights look beautiful tonight. The Northern Lights are an aurora. Their full name is the Aurora Borealis. These colorful lights are often seen near the North Pole. There are lights near the South Pole too. They are called the Southern Lights, or Aurora Australis. These lights can be seen in South America and Australia. Why do auroras shine? Storms on the sun lead to auroras on Earth. Solar winds travel through space. The winds carry tiny bits of energy from the sun. The North and South poles act like magnets. They draw solar winds towards them. Solar energy crashes into gases near Earth. These crashes make colorful auroras. Green, red, blue, and purple lights flash during auroras. Different gases make different colors, and auroras seem to move like clouds. How to see the Northern Lights? Auroras happen all the time, but we can only see them at night. Winter nights are long and dark. People see auroras more often during winter. Scientists keep tracks of storms on the sun. Check the aurora forecast to find a good night for the Northern Lights. Dress warmly. Go away from city lights. Let your eyes get used to the dark. You will see an amazing sight. Our song of the week is Twinkle Twinkle Northern Lights, and it takes a song that you may be familiar with, Twinkle Twinkle Little Stars, and adds a winter night flair. Are you ready? Twinkle, twinkle, northern lights, shining in the Arctic night. Up above the world so high, blue-green ribbon in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, northern lights, shimmer in my dreams tonight. Let's do it one more time. Twinkle, twinkle, northern lights, shining in the Arctic night. Up above the world so high, blue-green ribbon in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, northern lights, shimmer in my dreams tonight. Great job, everyone. Thank you. Once Upon a Northern Night by Jean E. Penzawall and pictures by Isabel Arsenault, and read with permission from Groundwood Books. Once upon a northern night, while you lay sleeping, wrapped in a downy blanket, I painted you a picture. It started with one tiny flake, perfect and beautiful and special, just like you. Then there were two, and then three. Soon the night sky filled with sparkling specks of white, crowding and floating, tumbling down to the welcoming ground until the earth was wrapped in a downy blanket, just like you. Once upon a northern night, pine trees held out prickly hands to catch the falling flakes that gathered into puffs of creamy white, settling like balls of cotton, waiting. When you walk beneath the trees, the wind will tickle them until they drop their snowy treasures, dusting your hair and sprinkling your nose. Once upon a northern night, a mother deer led her fawn around the silent birch and traced a wandering path on my canvas of white. They nuzzled the sleeping garden with memories of summer, then wandered off to taste the frozen fruit still clinging to an apple tree. Once upon a northern night, a great gray owl gazed down with his great yellow eyes on the milky white bowl of your yard. Without a sound, not even the quietest whisper, his great silent wings lifted, and down, down, down he drifted, leaving a feathery sketch of his passing in the snow. Once upon a northern night, two snowshoe hares scampered and chased as they played a nighttime game of tag. The fox, in his auburn coat and long black boots, wanted to play too, but the hares became silent and oh so still, crouched beneath the winter bare dogwood, playing hide and seek until the fox gave up and pranced off into the darkness. Once upon a northern night, a small, small mouse with big, big ears scurried along the deck, searching. Across the table, mounded with snowy white, like vanilla ice cream, he ran, tunneling beneath the drifts to a midnight feast of seeds that lay scattered beneath the bird feeder. Once upon a northern night, deep, deep in the darkest hours, the snowy clouds crept away and the stars appeared, twinkling points of light hanging in the purple sky. I knew by the time you woke the sun would have chased them away, so I set them like diamonds on the branches of the willow. Once upon a northern night, melodies of green and pink and orange sang across the sky. I tried to capture them, but they were much too nimble, and only their rhythm reached you, deep in slumber, rising and falling with each sweet, peaceful breath. Once upon a northern night, I sent the frost to dance on your window and make a frame. It twirled and twisted, it curled and coiled, spiraled and spun, climbing around the edges of the glass, but leaving the middle as smooth and clear as the frozen pond. Once upon a northern night, while you lay sleeping, wrapped in a downy blanket, I painted you a picture. And then I had the moon gently kiss you and the wind whisper, I love you. The end. Hello, friends. We have an activity to do together, which is to create a Northern Lights luminary. As with any project, feel free to create at your own speed and use your creativity. This is my Northern Lights one. I did something unique with this, and you can feel free to decorate as your own. But we're going to have the opportunity to create some light space to allow some light through for our little candle. And you can also color the bag to add some of those colors, like the oranges and purples that it talks about. Another way to draw the Northern Lights is to take a dark piece of construction paper, like dark blue or black, and then use some chalk or some paint in some favorite colors, those greens and purples, and paint a northern sky. We are going to make our winter luminary today. Now, you have a paper bag, a hole punch, and a tea light, which you can turn on, and that will help light up your bag. Ooh, and they flicker. You can also have some additional supplies with you. I have scissors. I have grown-up scissors because I'm a grown-up. I have markers, and I have an additional hole punch that I own that I might use to add some additional designs. Feel free to use whatever you have around your house. So really, when we create, what we want to do is figure out how to add some color. And you could add marker, I'm using markers today, but you could use crayons, you could use watercolor, or you could leave it white like snow. You can cut into your bag. The more holes that you have in your bag, the more light's going to come through. So I am going to start by changing the top of my bag. I want to make this even because this bag has a funny little dip. So I'm going to make some little mounds like snow. And remember, there is no wrong way to do anything when you create. Ooh. And that gives it a little bit more fun up on top. Now I'm going to use my markers, and I am going to take my favorite color, which is green, and I am going to write my name on here. Green is one of the colors that you can find in the Northern Lights. And there is my name. And I could do a design on the outside, or I think I'm going to color on the inside. There's no wrong way to color when you're doing this. You could do lines, you could do shapes, you could draw some favorite things. I am going to do some big blobs of color inside. And bring it up, because I think the Northern Lights is like big blobs of color. And you can color as much or as little as you'd like. Ooh. So see, I've started coloring green on the inside on the sides of the bag. So feel free to color and decorate your bag. And when you're done, what you'll want to do is start adding holes for the light. So I have my bag colored, and then I colored the inside a whole bunch of different colors that you might see during the Northern Lights. And then on the front, I drew some trees so it looked like a forest. And you can do whatever design you want. So now I have my hole punch, and you just set it and then you press down on it really hard. So let's see. I'm going to come up here. I'm going to start pressing in some holes up along the top. Ooh, and this one is a chick pattern. So I'm going to have little chicks floating up in my night sky. And there's a fun reason why you can color beforehand, and I'll show you in just a minute. Now you can go between one or you can go between both. It depends on how you want your pattern. You might want the front and the back and the sides of your luminaries to look different. Or you can use all of your muscles and press down really hard. I'm doing a single one on this part. Oh, and that one didn't go through all the way, but that's not a big deal. It looks kind of fun. Okay. Now I want to add a little bit more up top here. So I'm going to fold this over, and now I'm going to get some more chicks. And you can put as many holes as you'd like in here. Remember, the more holes you have, the more light's going to flicker through. Okay, ooh. Looks like I have birds flying in the sky. They're flying every which way. Maybe it's a stormy night. Okay, so look, there's my front. Look at all of those holes I made. And what's even cooler is now I have fun little chicks. And do you know what these look like to me? They look like confetti. So the next time I send a card to someone, I can mail it out and add a little bit of fun for them. So now I'm going to take this hole punch and work my way along the sides. And oh, I have to press really hard to do that. I could even go in with my scissors here and make some cuts if I wanted to. Ooh, look at all of that confetti I'm getting. I bet someone will enjoy a good card surprise. Oh, and I'll do the same on this side because I like things to be symmetrical. They don't have to be, but I like it. Ooh. There. And now, when I turn on my candle, it lights up.